Alright, what's up guys? So I'm going to show you guys how to register your music the right way so we don't leave any money on the table, because if you don't do this correctly, somebody else is profiting and our money is just gone and vanished, and it's something that we could have had in our pockets. Alright, so let's get started. So as you know, when you release music, you usually want to get it onto a streaming platform, and usually those streaming platforms are Apple Music, Spotify, and also something that other people use as well is Amazon Music, I think it's called, right? So the good thing about this is that you're pretty much keeping 100% of your royalties. And what happens is that the distributor collects it and then it pays you whatever was collected from the music itself. So the most popular companies that are used by independent artists are DistroKid and United Masters, as well as TuneCore. Okay, so they all do the same thing, they're just different providers. So don't release on DistroKid as well as on United Masters as well as TuneCore. If you're going to be doing collaborations, if you're trying to do splits with an artist, a producer, then you can have different companies, but you can start registering along the way, but only release your songs on one. So that's important for you to know, okay? So this is the first one that we're going to talk about, streaming. It's going to be number 2 of the list. Performance, okay? Or you also might hear it as a PRO, a performance rights organization. And all this does is collect performance royalties, okay? So all this means is that they're going to be collecting for you from television, radio, restaurants, bars, when you're walking through the mall and you hear music in the background, as well as live shows. So these all fall under the performance royalty part of your catalog. And this is going to be the second revenue stream that you're probably missing. The main popular companies that you could go with for this specific revenue stream is BMI or ASCAP. Don't start complicating it and just literally go on Google, type in BMI ASCAP differences, and then sign up to whatever sounds best for you. I personally use BMI. I know a lot of other people that do as well. And you could also just type in, oh, I live in this specific place, which one should I use? And then you can just go from there. But I use BMI, and that's the one that allows me to collect from performances and so on. So the next one is going to be global publishing. And all this does, it collects royalties internationally. Okay? So they're acting as your global publishing administrator. So you can be collecting royalties from other places internationally that BMI and ASCAP aren't doing. So for example, if your song is being played in Germany, this company collects that royalty and then it, does it whatever it does in the back end, and then it gets it to you. So for that one that we just explained, the company is called Songtrust. So you just sign up, you register your music with them, and that's it. They're going to be doing the back end stuff. They're going to be collecting those royalties for you. And once the song is registered, it's their job to collect and pay you. And now the next one that we're going to be talking about is digital performance. Okay? So all this does is they collect internet radio, as well as satellite, okay? So examples of this would probably be Pandora, Sirius XM, iHeartRadio, all of that falls under this criteria. So that's why it's so important to be registering your music when you release it. And it's gonna be a whole headache having to go back to like songs you released 5 years ago to register. So just get it done immediately, and you're gonna save yourself a headache. Another thing is, if you're not registering this music, your money's still being collected somewhere, and if it's not being given to you, it's gonna be given to somebody else that has their song registered. When this is hard-earned money that you deserve. Lastly, we're gonna talk about content ID for YouTube. So usually YouTube identifies the music and it lets you know when there's music on somebody else's YouTube channel. So all it is rerouting the ad revenue to you. This is usually gonna be under your distributor. So it's gonna be under the DistroKid, United Masters, right? And there's gonna be an option that says if you wanna toggle content ID, and you just wanna say yes. It's one click away from you getting extra income. So an example for this is if your song is on a playlist and it already has 100,000 views or more, the content ID claims it. So I don't want you to forget about this one as well. And we just went over 5 ways to be making extra income from your songs. And this is super powerful because now you're going to start seeing money coming in from different ways and different companies instead of just one. And you're going to start seeing more momentum. You're going to start seeing more cash flow. And then it's your job to reinvest this money to continue releasing more music, putting this money to work somewhere else. So the whole point is you want to have your money work harder than you ever have to. And that way, your money is always growing, always producing. So if you found this useful, leave a like and subscribe. The next thing we can talk about is how to monetize your brand in your actual catalog, because usually this stuff takes about 3 months for them to pay you. But if you're trying to make income today, income every week, every month from your brand and from your catalog, we can talk about monetization next. So I hope this helped a lot, and we'll talk soon.